Commander Sarah Chun had seen many things during her 15 years of interstellar service, but nothing had prepared her for this moment. The diplomatic mission to Zephyria Prime was supposed to be routine, establish first contact, exchange pleasantries, and lay the groundwork for trade agreements. What she hadn't expected was to accidentally walk into the private quarters of Princess Lirelei during what appeared to be a traditional Zephyrian purification ritual. The translucent-skinned princess stood frozen in the center of an ornate chamber, her bioluminescent markings pulsing rapidly with what Sarah's cultural briefings had taught her was acute embarrassment. The human commander immediately averted her gaze and stepped backward, her hands raised in a gesture of apology. "Your Highness." "I sincerely apologize," Sarah said, her voice steady despite the awkwardness. "The navigation aide directed me incorrectly. I was seeking the diplomatic quarters." Princess Lirelei's shock was evident in the rapid cycling of colors, across her skin deep purples and anxious yellows that spoke louder than words. She quickly wrapped herself in a flowing ceremonial robe that seemed to materialize from the walls themselves, a testament to Zephyrian biotechnology. You are the human ambassador?" Lirelei asked, her voice carrying musical undertones that made the universal translator work over time. "I was told your species was primitive, lacking basic courtesy protocols." Sarah kept her eyes respectfully lowered, though she couldn't help but notice the princess's quarters were a marvel of organic architecture. Living walls pulsed gently with soft light, and what appeared to be furniture grew directly from the floor in graceful, flowing curves. "I assure you, Your Highness, intrusion was never my intention. In human culture, we hold privacy in the highest regard. Perhaps I could return when you're properly prepared for our meeting." The princess studied Sarah carefully, her skin now shifting to curious greens and thoughtful blues. "You did not stare. You did not take recordings for your archives. Most species would have." "Most species aren't human," Sarah replied firmly. "We may be newcomers to galactic society, but we understand respect." This seemed to intrigue Lirelei. She moved gracefully to a living chair that molded itself to her form. "Sit, Commander Chun. Let us speak properly." Sarah took a seat on what felt like moss, but supported her weight perfectly. "I understand this is your first time dealing with my species?" "Indeed. The Galactic Council warned us that humans were aggressive, territorial. They spoke of your wars, your tendency toward violence." Lirelei's markings shifted to confused patterns. "Yet you show restraint when others would show opportunity." Sarah nodded thoughtfully. "We do have a violent history. I won't deny that. But we've also learned that true strength isn't about taking advantage when someone is vulnerable. It's about choosing to protect instead of exploit." Fascinating. The princess leaned forward, her bioluminescent patterns now displaying genuine interest. "Tell me, what drives your species to explore the stars?" "Curiosity, mostly. The desire to learn, to grow, to find our place among other intelligent life." Sarah paused, considering her words carefully. "We've spent so long fighting amongst ourselves. That meeting other species has given us perspective. We're not alone in the universe, which means our problems aren't unique either." Lirelei's skin shifted to warm golden hues. "The Zektar Dominion told us humans seek only resources and territory. The Crystalline Collective warned us you would try to impose your culture upon ours. And what do you think now?" Sarah asked. The princess was quiet for a long moment, her patterns cycling through contemplative colors. "I think perhaps they fear you for the wrong reasons." "What do you mean?" "Most species that achieve space travel do so through conquest or necessity. They expand because they must, taking what they need from others." Lirelei stood and moved to a window that showed the sprawling biocity below. "But you seem to expand because you choose to. That kind of deliberate growth, motivated by curiosity rather than desperation, is perhaps more dangerous to those who rule through fear." Sarah joined her at the window. The Zephyrian capital was breathtaking, towering spires that swayed gently in the wind, connected by bridges that looked like flowing water frozen in time. Everything pulsed with life, creating a symphony of bioluminescence that painted the city in constantly shifting patterns. Your world is beautiful, Sarah said softly. We have nothing like this. Because you build with dead materials, Lirale observed. We grow our cities, shape them with genetic artistry. It takes centuries to complete a single district. Different approaches, Sarah mused. We build quickly because we're impatient. You build slowly because you're patient. Both have their merits. The princess turned to face her fully. Commander Chun, I believe I owe you an apology. I was prepared to dismiss your species based on prejudice and fear. But your actions today, they speak to a character the council did not prepare me for. Sarah smiled. First impressions are important, but they're not everything. We humans have a saying, don't judge a book by its cover. It means, do not evaluate the contents by the container alone, Lirale finished, her patterns brightening with amusement. We have a similar concept. The flower's beauty lies not in its petals, but in its roots. Exactly. Sarah extended her hand in the human gesture of friendship. Perhaps we can start over? I'm Commander Sarah Chun, representing humanity's first diplomatic mission to Zephyria Prime. Lirale looked at the extended hand curiously, then placed her own delicate, luminescent hand in Sarah's. The contact sent gentle waves of blue and green across her skin. I am Princess Lirale of the Third, Bloom, heir to the Zephyrian collective consciousness. And I believe, Commander Chun, that this meeting may be far more significant than either of our peoples anticipated. As they shook hands, Sarah realized that sometimes the most important diplomatic breakthroughs came not from careful planning or formal protocols, but from simple moments of mutual respect and understanding. The galaxy was about to discover what humans were truly capable of, not conquest or exploitation, but something far more powerful, genuine friendship across the vastness of space. The stars, it seemed, had much to learn about humanity after all.